You are manipulated every day, and are manipulating every day using the 7 pillars of persuasion. The following tactics are extremely effective, so use them only for positive purposes. Any form of negative energy will come back to you sooner or later, so always act with caution. You will have experienced each of these tactics in your everyday life and will have used them unconsciously. Do not make the mistake of underestimating them because you have heard of them before. Often it is these things that we think we are immune to, that can cause us the most harm. The first of these strategies, which I'm sure you've been manipulated with, is called reciprocity. Those who give, get a lot. You've probably already held one of those little product samples in your hands, where you could try something for free. That's exactly what reciprocity is. You are first given something for free in order to get you to buy the advertised product. This psychological tactic is also used by many people. For example, when someone does something good for you and you then feel the desire to return the favor. Take advantage of this phenomenon and give generously to the people around you. By doing so, you do something positive and also make sure that your interests are served by other people. Another strategy of persuasion psychology is that of social proof. If many like something, then even more like it. In concrete terms, this means that if a particular thing is perceived as positive by many people, then that alone is an argument in favor of it, and many people would often choose it for that reason alone. The whole process is also transferable to the dating market. If a certain man is wanted by many women, girls who meet him for the first time are already attracted to him based on this fact alone. There are also examples of this strategy in business and economics. Whenever you have made a purchase on a shopping site through the "customers also bought" menu, you too have become a target of this manipulation tactic. For your life, this means: do some good and make a lot of people like you. Take advantage of the phenomenon of social proof whenever you can. Another important persuasion tactic is sympathy and the halo effect. The element of likability is already argument enough for many people to be persuaded. This is exactly why companies and brands spend huge amounts of money every year on marketing and reputation enhancement. The sympathy to a company has a significant influence on the willingness of customers to purchase. So ask yourself, how can you be more likable? Not necessarily to ingratiate yourself with other people, but simply to bring out your positive side more and to connect better with other people. If you are liked, you will convince. Likability alone is a huge persuasion tool. We also know from psychology that good-looking people are liked more and are also much more persuasive. This is also the reason why good-looking people are often more successful in their careers and in life in general. This psychological finding has been called the halo effect. Use it in your daily life by making the most of your appearance and by putting in the effort. As legendary fashion designer Tom Ford put it, you are part of someone's view. It's a show of respect to try to put on your best face and look as good as you can. The next persuasion tactic is authority. Expertise persuades. If you have a clue about something, show it to those around you. I'm not talking about constantly bragging that you've studied something special or are particularly knowledgeable about some subject. However, it's important to show every now and then that you're not just into Netflix and Call of Duty. So don't be afraid to show your peers that you're very competent in a certain area and take the lead in situations where that knowledge comes in handy. The psychological tactic of authority is also used in advertising. For example, when an actor in a white doctor's coat tries to sell you the latest mouthwash. Make use of this phenomenon in your life, for example, and you give lectures or speak in front of others at work. Use your own expertise, as well as external references such as studies or books, to convince those around you of what you are saying. Another tactic that is frequently used is artificial brevity. In sales, for example, this is often used when you are shown low stock numbers or offers are provided with a time limit. These tricks are often fake, and many people know it, but they don't lose their effectiveness. Use these tactics in your life and especially when dealing with girls. Don't be available all the time, sometimes don't get in touch for a few hours and have a busy life. I am not talking about creating artificial scarcity like the previously mentioned companies, but creating a truthful scarcity due to a busy and exciting life. Now to the next tactic, and it is particularly effective. It is called commitment and consistency. It's about the fact that when people commit to something, they want to be consistent with that decision. Specifically, it's about getting your counterpart to agree with you as often as possible before you ask them to do something for you. Because your counterpart has now agreed with you several times, he wants to be consistent with his self-image and will try to agree with you as much as possible. In sales, this tactic is called upselling and aims to sell you more products after the purchase to complete your shopping experience. If you want to convince people about yourself or a certain cause, create as much common ground as possible and get that person to agree with you on smaller things. This guides us perfectly into the next persuasion strategy, which is unity. The unity effect creates a common identity in whose interest all participants want to act. So create a sense of connection with those around you and seek common interests. For example, if you want to convince someone of an idea, find a way for them to benefit from it and for you to have a common interest. These tactics are from the book Influence by Robert Cialdini and have been proven effective for decades. They are used by interest groups all over the world to increase sales or for political lobbying. Try to consciously recognize the next time these strategies are used on you and apply them in your life. In business or in dating, they will help you to convince other people of you and will give you a better life and strong personal relationships. Always stay alert and move tactically and wisely in this chaotic world, my companion.